Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Tech channel, everybody. We're live on YouTube and Twitch, and here we are with our Forza Horizon 5 series. Starting the session off with the 1995 Porsche 911 GT2. This car is still bone stock. We won this in a super wheel spin in our last stream. So we're going to be driving it for a bit, and maybe we'll modify it later on. But the main goal today is going to be to get some of the seasonal championships done. I think we have like 4 or 5. So we'll try to do all of them. But first, let's just take this car on the highway and see how it does. The old school turbo power. Wow, we actually have a 6th gear in this thing. I thought it was a 5-speed. So I see a championship right here. Which one is this? Oh, look at that reward. It's going to be a Ferrari. So, this is going to be a nice fun championship because we're finally in the dry season. You know, we have done lots of championships with the wet season. But now we're finally in the dry season. So that's going to be fun. I'm just going to set a marker so we can come back to it. But before we do that, let's just do a top speed run while this car is still stock. My guess is 180 miles per hour. Handles really nicely. I mean, after all, it's a Porsche, right? $168, $169, $170. Let's shift into 6th gear. Let the flat 6 sing. So it looks like 170 is going to be our best top speed on a flat surface. Maybe on a slight downhill we'll hit 180. We got a downhill here. Come on, give me 180. You can do 180. There we go, 178. The handling is top notch. 178. Come on. Maybe in the bigger downhill up there. What the hell is going on? Let me get rid of this. Alright, I'm just gonna turn around. We're gonna head to the championship. Maybe we'll hit 180 going this way. I'm gonna kind of short shift into 6th. I didn't rev it all the way. Keep the momentum going.
Horizon Arcade will begin soon. Why not say hello to the
Maybe
other
it's not
drivers
gonna do
whilst you
180.
wait?
Because it's got the big spoiler on here, right? So that's kind of slowing it down as well. Come on, we got a nice downhill here. Give me 180. $180. Here we go. Oh, this downhill is huge. Not bad. It's a nice car overall. We'll come back to it later. Alright, time to enter the championship. I like the restriction on it. A-class all-wheel drive. I think I got a bunch of those. Yeah, dude. Bunch of these A-class all-wheel drive cars. Look at that. So since this is gonna be on a dry surface, I can almost go with any car. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters, but not as much. You know, when it's kind of damp, then it matters more. So what should I pick? I kind of want to pick the Honda CR-X, the CRX. This is a nice build. Not a whole lot of torque, but it's got good horsepower, lightweight, all-wheel drive. I'm gonna give it a go. And it sounds awesome. It's got the unique, you know, Honda sound. Let's go. Let's do this. I believe I got a 10 speed in here. We'll find out. I'm pretty sure I do. You gotta keep it in the right gear, you know, or else it's not gonna be in the right power band. And that's not good for a Honda. You need it to be in higher revs. Because this motor makes all its power near the top. Lots of understeer, dude. So much understeer. I need to adjust the tune. Send more power to the rear. So it feels more like... Look at that. So it feels more like rear-wheel drive. But right now, I think the all-wheel drive system is doing 40-60. 40 to the front, 60 to the back. But it feels almost like a front-wheel drive. Even with the all-wheel drive system. There's lots of understeer. But we have lots of grip, so I can't complain. Get out of here, Porsche. Yeah, we got a big advantage when it comes to power to weight ratio. This thing is super light. I mean, 2,000 pounds is nothing, bro. Once you get it to slide, then it overcomes this understeer. But other than that, you know, you will run into understeer if you don't know what you're doing. So it seems like I don't have the best tire compound on here. The tires seem to be, you know, a little on the weak side. But overall, I mean, it gets down. It's flying. Nice build. I like it. Only if it had a little more grip, it would be perfect. But we still got the first place, so we can't complain. For the next race, I'm going to try sending more power to the rear. See if that helps. Nice. Yeah, let me check the power distribution here. Yeah, it's 40-60. So I'm gonna make it 30-70. Yeah, 30-70, just to, you know, send a little more to the rear. Or should I do 75-25? I think I should do 75-25. Okay, my 0 to 60 time gets affected by that. And my 0 to 100. So, okay, let's just leave it at 70-30. 30-70. 30 to the front, 70 to the back. Let's see how it launches now. So the Forza launch control launches it at 5 RPM, which is not enough for this Honda motor. So I'm going to launch it at like 8. Much better. What if I just let it eat the limiter? Oh, I'm in second gear. My bad. Okay, it likes the limiter much better. It likes the limiter. It likes the limiter launch. So funny, the speedo maxes out at like what? 100, 200? Well, no, 190, right? Yeah. So it goes from 160 to 180 and 190. It doesn't even go to 200, bro. Isn't that crazy? That's 190 kilometers, not miles. That would be like what? 120 miles? Well, let's find out. We can find out. 190 would be, yeah, 116 miles, 118. So the speedo maxes out so quick. I bet I can max out the speedo just like in a second here. Well, not in a second, but you get the point. Like couple seconds, 3 seconds maybe. Man, the VTEC and turbo combo sounds so good. I just did a racer flyby. Those hypercars were getting ready to race. They see me rolling the Hayden, bro.
You have arrived early. Horizon Arcade will begin soon.
7th gear. We're almost about to do 220. That's crazy. In a CRX. I definitely have the stock tires on here because it takes forever to stop and our cornering grip is not there. I can't tell if this is the aftermarket bumper or the stock bumper. To me, it looks aftermarket. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this car again. Gotta brake early. A little less understeer is still there, but sending more power to the rear definitely helped. Yeah, there was no grip there, literally. No grip on braking as well. Only advantage I have over other cars is my power to weight ratio. When it comes to my grip, it's literally not there, bro. It doesn't exist. Yeah, it exists off the line, but that's about it. Look at that. Once my power comes on, it just wants to slide. We just have to manage the throttle and brakes. Brake a little early and be on point with the throttle. Use a little bit of handbrake, I guess, to get the tail out. Oh no. Maybe I should air down my tires for the next race. That might help. No! Go straight, bro! I don't know how I won that one, but I did. That's crazy. What a race. I was banging off the walls in the entire race, man. Every single turn, we had no grip. But hey, it got it done. Power to weight ratio for the win. Imagine if this car had like better tire compounds and some aero on it. It would be so good. But then it wouldn't be an A class. It would be S1 class. Okay, where's the next race? It's over here. Yeah, I might air down the tires a little. Well, the rear is already aired down, but I might air it down a little more. Everything else is pretty damn good. You know what I wonder? I wonder if I can make this car a little heavy, like get rid of the weight reduction. Because it would still be kind of light, you know. It's a relatively light car from the beginning, from factory, so add the weight back on, but put better tires on it. Yeah, as you can see. Like, we were on stock tires, but I do own the street and sport tires. I can't go with sport. That's really gonna increase our class here. But I feel like if I go to street tire compound and get rid of my weight reduction, I'll be at a good, you know, a good point. Okay, dude, look at that. I can add 173 pounds back in. So my 0 to 60 doesn't really get affected. Top speed doesn't really get affected. Yeah, it gets a little slower in the top end. Little, like a tiny bit slower, but we're gonna have so much more grip. So I'm gonna actually do that. But we're at 70. Oh, we're at 801, I think. Yeah, we're at 801. We need to be at 800. So we need to downgrade something else. The flywheel? I don't know about that. Oh, I should do that. Instead of doing the flywheel. Because this adds more weight. So we're going to shed like good 16 pounds. Yeah, we're going to lose 11 horsepower, but that doesn't really matter. That works out. We're just below 800 now. So we added some weight, but we added better tire compound. I think it's going to be perfect because extra weight's going to add extra traction. And better tire compound, of course, is going to add more traction. Now, let's see if I can work on the aero without putting this car in S1 class. Oh, that's not going to happen. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. It doesn't need to be in... it doesn't need to be in freaking... Wait. I can add... I can add the rear race wing and still be in A class. But I lose top speed. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's gonna help this car so much, actually. Dude, I'm actually gonna do that. Yeah, I was gonna say that it doesn't really need aero, but if we can add aero, that's gonna be really good. Can I add the front aero now? Since I have more room? Yeah, I can. I'll lose this cool looking bumper though. We'll be back to the stock bumper. We lose more top speed, but hey, this car's gonna corner so well. You know what? I'm gonna do it. We get to keep this cool looking rear bumper. So that's fine. Alright. So as you can see, our lateral G's are going to go up. We're going to reduce a little bit of power, like 11 horsepower, right? or 10, yeah, 11 horse. So, and the weight goes up, right? That's fine. That's totally fine. The car is still really light. So, it's gonna perform really well. I can already tell you that. Differential is still at 3070. I'm not gonna mess with this. Let's just go with the default settings first. We're gonna lose a little bit of top end speed, but that's fine. The car won't be able to do 220 anymore. It's barely gonna get up to 200 now, but that's totally fine. Alright, let's go. I can already feel the car so much more planted. I don't know if it's because of the extra weight, or the better tires, or the aero, or everything combined, but damn. It feels like it's hugging the road. Oh, dude, such a big difference. It's a significant difference. I feel like I can send more power to the rear now. There's so much grip at the rear. Look at that. So much more controllable. Oh, and the brakes, they work so much better because we have more grip. It's a track monster now. Clean race. Alright, BRB. I'm back. There we go. The 488 GTB. I think I already have the 458. Game looks good. 5 years old and it still looks good. Alright, let's hop on into the Ferrari. So yeah, I already had the 458. Now we have the 488. So let's try out the 488. A lot more torque compared to the 458 because we have turbos now. Smaller displacement, but twin turbos. So it's really gonna help with the power down low. It's gonna have so much more torque down low. But it's no longer naturally aspirated, so that's fine. I can hear those turbos. It's still a high revving motor. I mean, revs to 9,000 with twin turbos. What a car!
The next Horizon Arcade event will begin any minute now. Enjoy!
Yeah, the sound is muffled compared to the 458 because you have turbos now, right? But overall, it feels great. Good traction.
Round one, begin!
Wait, I'm not doing this.
Time out! Round one, hey! Kind of run! It's drift run!
I need to set the marker again. Bro just did a jump. We're gonna win the TVR Cigaris, I believe. So you have two options. This Z4M Coupe, which is top of B class, you know, at the top of B class, 700. To me, it looks stock. I don't think it has any mods, but I could be wrong. And this is definitely stock. A lot less power, but it's lighter, right? Around 400 pounds lighter. So should we go with more power, more weight, or less power, less weight? have driven the S2000 multiple times. I do have another one which is modified, but I don't think I've driven the Z4M enough. I have with the newer model, but not with this model right here. So I'm gonna pick the Z4M Coupe. I think this one shares the same straight six with the 2005 M3, the E46, I think. Another great straight six, naturally aspirated engine. That was quite high, almost to like 8,800. Money shift. Let's not do that again. Bro, this car is so balanced that it almost feels boring to drive. I know that's a weird thing to say, but that's the truth. It had no drama whatsoever. Yeah, for my next race, I think I want to go with the S2000. But since that car is stock, we're gonna have to do some mods to it while keeping it in B class. So, yeah, there's the other one, the S1 class. So with this one, I am gonna add more power and better tires maybe. Yeah, I'll add a little bit of better tires here, or we can't really go all out because then it's gonna be an A class and we don't even have enough power for that. I mean, we can barely break traction on the stock tires right now with the current power levels, so I am actually just gonna bump it up to street. 215s, 255s. Can I do 255s in the front? No, I cannot. But I am gonna do 235s in the front for more front end grip. Leave 255s in the rear. And now add better brakes. The best brakes. And we're gonna add some race springs and dampers. I'm not gonna do any weight reduction. And now we'll throw a turbo on it. Or maybe a better engine. We can't add a better engine, no. Can't do engine swap. Then it goes in A class. We'll throw a turbo on here. It'll help with the torque down low. Can I add exhaust now? No, that's gonna be a little too much. Can't do that. Can't do that. Maybe an intake? Well, I can't even do an intake right now. A bigger block, maybe? No. No matter what I do, this car's gonna end up in A class, so maybe weight reduction. Or I can just do a better transmission. That should help. Get rid of the stock 6-speed. Put a 10-speed in here? Yeah, let's do that. 10-speed and a lighter drive shaft? Yes. Plus a racing differential. This is gonna be a good setup. A nice little setup, you know. A little bit more power, a little bit more torque, a little bit less weight, more traction. A nice B-class build. This car also likes to revs to 9,000 RPM. And since it was kind of down on torque, because, you know, it's a smaller displacement engine, with the help of the turbo, it's making more torque, and it's hitting the VTEC even harder. And we have a 10-speed now, which is going to make things spicy. And the 10-speed is actually geared pretty nicely here. I don't need to do much. Feels really lively. It's got the perfect amount of grip. It already feels more fun than the Z4M Coupe. I like it. Now, where is our championship? Over here. The pole's strong. And the 10 speed really keeps in his power band. Alright, we're ready for this. clean. We got one more race to go. Where's the next one? Right over here. I actually want to make the gearing even more sharper. Let's try that. It really screams now. Final race. We barely finished first, but we did. That was solid. Yeah, there was like a 3/10 of a second difference between first and the second. Crazy, right? Nice. Another TVR in the garage. We got the Cigaris and the Griffith. Man, these are some unique names. And they're also unique looking cars, you know. There's nothing like them. Lightweight, good power. Alright, what do we have left now? We got 2 championships out of the way. Won 2 really nice cars. What's next? I thought there were like 5 in total. Well, yeah, there's 1, 2, oh, 2 and 3. So we still got 5 more days left for the trial. And what about these other championships? Same deal here, 5 days left, 5 days left. So we got 3 left in total. Should we do 1 more today, or should we call it a night? I think the next one's gonna be really fun. This one right here. S1 900 modern supercars. I like that. Oddball rally. How about this? We'll do the oddball rally and the trial in the next stream. But today we'll do 1 more championship here, which is this one, because I like the restriction. Alright, we'll drive down there in the TVR. Wow, the RPM goes anti-clockwise. Very unique. The handling is on point. I like the shift lights. They come on kind of early, but I like them. So I know the TVR Griffith has a Coyote base engine. Ford Coyote, but tuned by Cosworth, I believe. Where this engine does not sound like a V8. Doesn't sound like a 4-cylinder. It could be a 5-cylinder. I'm not 100% sure about the specs, but it does have a unique sound to it. Sounds very mechanical, you know? Could be a V6, but definitely doesn't sound like a V6. Because here's the thing. This car is 4 liters, and I can't think of a 4-liter engine. I'll show you the Griffith. That car sounds really good because it shares the same engine as the Mustang 5.0, the Coyote 5-liter 4-valve. No, 4 cams, 32 valves. Again, doesn't sound like a Coyote because it's Cosworth tuned. And you got side dumps at the front fenders. Sounds so beefy, dude. I love it. Yeah, the TBR that we were just in, the Cigaris, I don't know what engine that has. Could be a V6, could be a 5-cylinder. Did not sound like a V8 to me. But the car handled nicely. Alright, here we are. And the reward here is a Ford Mustang 2018. We already have it, but we're gonna do this for the fun, not for the reward. I mean, we're still gonna get the reward, so that's just like the cherry on top. Okay, here's the deal. We have so many options for this race because this is a again, modern supercar S1, so we can pretty much go with anything here. I really like how the Stingray handles. It's a light platform, we got some aero on it. I would pick the R8 if it was like raining, but it's not, so I think I want to go with the rear-wheel drive platform. This is another unique car, bro. I've never driven this so far. I don't know. I think I want to go with the latest Ferrari that we just won. Even though the Stingray might be a little better. Yeah, let's go with the 488 GTB. Use it for a official race here. Stock 488. Let's go. Gets off the line really nicely. Despite being rear-wheel drive. There's so much torque. Oh no! Really? Yeah, we're gonna restart. There's too much torque and not enough grip. Plus we messed up. Okay, should I restart or should I go with the Stingray with the arrow? I'll just do a restart here. I'll take some air out of the tires. That will help. I'll try that. Can't really change anything else other than the braking force. Yeah, I want the brakes to come on a little harder. Why not? And let's do a little bit extra force in the front. Just a tiny bit extra. Okay. Man, if I have some better compound tires on here, this car would really stick to the ground. It's already got all the power and the torque. It's just, you know, a little too much for the stock tires. But having less tire pressure should help. Come on, stay on the road, stay on the road! Yeah, we need a better tire compound on here. The stock tire compound is not enough. Definitely on the mid-corner grip. Gets off the line pretty nicely, which is surprising. No, don't mess up! Oh no, we messed up. I'm gonna take the second position here. That's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not gonna complain here. But what I am gonna do is take it straight to the garage, put some better tires on here. And that's it. No other mods, just tires. Just better compound. We almost got the first place, but that's fine. I didn't want to restart. We'll improve in the next two races. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do the semi-slicks. I'm not gonna go with slick race tire compounds because I'm not trying to add any more power. I mean, we're not doing any engine mods whatsoever or any other mods. Just zero mods, just tires. So I think the stage 1 here, which is going to be semi-slicks, is just going to be perfect. Or 0 to 60 improves, 0 to 100 improves. Perfect. That's it. Nothing else. The rest of the car is perfect. I could have went with the best tires, but again, I don't want to like max this car out. We will be pretty close to maxing it out. And then we're going to be competing against even tougher drivatars, and it's going to get tougher. So we don't want it to get tough. We want it to kind of stay the same. I want a good, fair competition, you know. Wait, was that the same race we were doing? I mean, no, we've already done that. So there's one here, and where's the other one? up here. Okay, we'll do that one after. What's my tire PSI like? Okay, it's back up again because we changed the tire compound. So I am gonna adjust that. I'm gonna bring it down to 30 and 30. 30 and 30. Car does feel more planted. Yep. Right off the bat I can tell. Braking feels much better. Let's go. Close call. That was such a close call, man. Nice. Solid finish. Almost got some air on that finish there. They were flying. Cool. One more race to go. I guess all we needed was better tires. This car is performing much better. Alright, why do I have to take a dirt road? That makes no sense. Well, what if I just take this road?
Horizon Arcade will begin shortly. Good luck.
Whoa. I mean, we actually had to go this way, so it worked out pretty good. Yeah, we had to go down there, so we're taking the shortcut, don't worry. Yeah, this is the shortcut, believe me. Oh man. Let's do that again. Oh no, I didn't mean to get us stuck there. Okay, you need to do a big jump. That's much better. Much better. And one more jump. No. Okay, that's good, that's good. One more jump. Back up a bit. Oh, that was a big jump. Come on, we're almost on the road, Ferrari. We're good. That's exactly where I was trying to go. Okay, let's do this. What the hell? That was a crazy save. Another crazy move, but it did not work this time. Alright, this race was a mess. Right from the starting. Everybody crashed and I crashed into them, so this time I'll be more careful. Let's do this. We good. No, dude. Ferrari versus Lamborghini. And the Ferrari wins. Solid, right? What a race, man. That was a great race. And we win another 2018 Mustang GT. What a race. That's it for today. We still have 2 more championships to complete, but we'll do those in the next stream, so stay tuned for that, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.